The latest Young Thug court hearing revealed very concerning evidence against Young Thug in his RICO case, which features rapper Gunna as well as 28 other members of YSL. The hearing started with a new piece of evidence found inside the YSL mansion, which will add years to Young Thug's prison sentence if found guilty. The evidence report states, in the name and behalf of the citizens of Georgia, do charge and accuse Duke, Yak Gotti, and Jeffrey Williams, aka Young Thug, with the offense of possession of a firearm for the said accused in the state of Georgia in the county of Fulton on the 9th day of May 2022 did unlawfully possess a firearm with a converter switch and extended mags. Now, what is known as a switch in many rappers' lyrics nowadays is a mod that you can attach to a single fire firearm, which in the end makes it fully auto. In the United States, this is highly illegal, and these items were found inside of the YSL mansion that was raided by the feds in this clip right here. This evidence is coming out as the prosecutors do not want to give Young Thug any chance of receiving bond, which ended up working as Young Thug was once again denied bond due to the prosecutors making a motion that will no longer allow Young Thug to have social media access via his manager. As on September 9th, Young Thug had a new court hearing revolving around a tweet sent out on his Twitter account on August 31st. The tweet was sent out by his manager by Young Thug's request, and it states, "I'm talking with my roommate, and we're wondering if you could swim 100 miles from the middle of the ocean back to shore, at Michael Phelps." Now, what seems like an innocent tweet sent out by his manager by Young Thug's request turned very ugly in the courtroom, as this was Young Thug's lawyer defending him in court about the matter.
Williams is in a jail outside of Fulton County. There are 0 cell phones in that jail.
That last tweet that was sent out to Michael Phelps is recorded. It's been investigated by the sheriff of that county, and it was a conversation that's recorded between Mr. Williams and a member of his close friendships, that he asked the other person who has control of his Twitter account. That is not a reason to...
Well, this is part of the conversation, Mr. Steele, and you and others are going to need to have with your clients, because this is part of the state's concern. I mean,
that was an innocent. That's nothing bad. Asking somebody to tweet to Michael Phelps, "Can you swim 100 miles in the ocean?" That has nothing to do with intimidation. That ask you.
Well, if I can communicate through a family member or somebody else, then I can communicate something else.
Everything okay?
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay, your family was concerned that something was going on. You're fine, right?
Yes, I'm great.
Okay, cool.
Now, at the end of the court hearing, as you saw in the video, Young Thug's lawyer even asked him, is he feeling okay? As Young Thug gave his reaction to the court hearing, saying he's still holding strong and that he's feeling good. Prosecutors raised a huge concern to the judge that Young Thug has way too much social media access, still even being behind bars. Even after the court hearing, Young Thug even had his manager post another tweet asking fans to mail in photos to the Cobb County Jail. Now, this has been an issue the entire YSL RICO case, as allegedly with Young Thug behind bars, there is still organizing crime being done somehow, and Young Thug's allegedly having crime started. An example of this is when the prosecution in the Young Thug case announced they have proffer deals from members of YSL that are snitching out the YSL kingpin. Members in YSL that are in the free world still were caught deleting evidence from the case that all relate to Young Thug. As we saw No Jumper report, a YSL member was caught on an illegal cell phone trying to get someone on the outside to destroy evidence in the Young Thug RICO case. As the YSL case continues, experts and sources say to expect Young Thug's social medias to go silent soon. Now, this isn't the first court hearing for Young Thug that detailed major evidence against the YSL rapper, as this was said by prosecutors at an earlier court hearing.
He's the one directing traffic. He is the one they're all afraid of.
He's the one that's king slime. He is the most dangerous of the 28, Judge. And I implore you not to grant him a bond. He is dangerous. If he gets a burner, Judge, and the court may know this, a lot of the communications that Mr. Williams is on FaceTime, because it's not traceable, it's not trackable. Judge, I will also say that we have taken proffers from fellow from Mr. Williams. Some are on this indictment, some are not. They have stated uniformly that Mr. Williams is dangerous. They are afraid of him, that if they cross him, he will them and their family. And they were very clear about that.
Concerns that this court has is danger to persons and to intimidate other witnesses and obstruct the administration of justice. So and for those reasons in the aggregate, I'm going to deny bond at this time.
Now, with it being clear that Young Thug will never leave jail, his lawyers demanded a change in jail cells, as Young Thug's lawyer Brian is claiming that Young Thug is living in non-livable conditions, which made the YSL rapper now been moved to the new county jail known as Cobb County. Prosecutors and the judge ultimately agreed to the moving in jail cells. As it was announced in the courtroom, Young Thug and his YSL associates are responsible for over 50 passings of rival street members, as well as with the active instances of firearm use in the public, which makes it very clear Young Thug will be sitting in a jail cell for a very long time. The Fulton County District Attorney Fannie Willis spoke with the Atlanta news station, adding to the indictment reportedly includes allegations of 3 passings and dozens more. One passing has been identified as Donovan Thomas Jr., as Young Thug is accused of renting the 2014 Infiniti Q50 sedan from Hertz, which was used in the Thomas passing. They add, Thomas's passing is extremely significant, Willis said. It occurred back in 2015. What myself and any law enforcement member can tell you, as a result of the back and forth firearm use, many passings have occurred. There has probably been about 50 since 2015. This is from the back and forth between YSL versus other street teams. Now, it's important to note Young Thug is not accused of being the main person in these passings. The rapper's lawyer Brian Steele is pushing back all claims against his client, stating, Mr. Williams has committed no violation of the law whatsoever. Steele told XXL in a statement last week, we will fight this case ethically and legally. Mr. Williams will be cleared. With the serious allegations of Young Thug and YSL being responsible for 50 passings, there's zero chance the YSL rapper gets released on bond, which is very similar to other YSL member Gunna, where this breaking news has recently broke. Gunna was denied bond once again after prosecutors claimed in court that he holds a command role among YSL. Gunna appeared in court in Fulton County for a bond hearing. During the hearing, prosecutors spelled out why the rapper should remain behind bars until his trial. The prosecutors paint him as a key member in the YSL organization. The judge ultimately agreed, and Gunna's trial date was reportedly set for next year. Journalist Jewel Wicker was present during the hearing and reported on the event via Twitter, stating, a judge denied bond for Gunna and set his trial date for January 9th, 2023. She posted, prosecutors allege YSL is a street team, not just a record label. They also allege Gunna serves in a command role. In a follow-up tweet, she added, prosecutors said Gunna is a documented team member and that he and Williams direct their troops to commit acts. The judge said his biggest concern was witness tampering. Gunna's attorney can file for a renewed motion for bond at a later date. The judge revealed both YSL rappers Young Thug and Gunna will be sitting inside of jail until their RICO trial begins. Now, this raised major concern in the YSL team, as Young Thug was allegedly being held in unlivable situations. cells. Now this is when Young Thug's lawyer put out a statement which is related to what I shared earlier. Photos of Young Thug's jail cell was then shared on live TV by the county jail, exposing negative claims by Young Thug's lawyer. As you can tell from these photos, Young Thug lives in this jail cell alone, away from all other inmates. It included an average-sized jail cell, a private bathroom with a small wall blocking him from the door window, as well as a mattress to go over the steel bed frame. However, Brian Steele ended up winning this for Young Thug, where he was then later transferred to Cobb County. When this was all said and done, Young Thug gave his last reaction to the public before being silenced from the media. Here's what he said at a live concert video in Atlanta. Now, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like on it and don't forget to subscribe. It's been District Trending, and I'm out. Peace.